I grew up with a thick Wisconsin accent, but I had no clue I had a Wisconsin accent until Siri first came out. Remember that? I was like, hey there, Siri, how in the heck are you? Hey, tell your folks I says hi. Listen, I'm looking for directions to the nearest Fleet Farm, okay? I think they got one over there by the Quick Trip, and honestly, I gotta fill my gas, okay? So why don't you get me directions to Fleet Farm, and then the Quick Trip, and if there's a Culver's in between there, I won't be mad, okay? And you know, there are a lot of other iPhone users out there, and I want you to know that I know that. So if you got to, go ahead and get to me last, okay? Boop! Dialing 911. You are having a stroke.
I try to make myself feel better by telling myself it's not a Southern accent thing, it's an American accent thing. Like the idea that any thick regional American accent can sound kind of dumb, not just this one, you know? Like if you go to the doctor to get some test results back, yeah, you don't want this accent from the doctor. I know, you don't, right? You don't. But you also don't want some meatball from the Bronx. You know, like, listen, it is what it is. You got stage 4 cancer. What are you going to do? No. What are you going to do? I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to take your chemo. You're going to take your radiation. You're going to kick cancers. Actually, I do want a Bronx doctor. I take that back. That sounds pretty inspiring, actually. But like if you're on a plane in the Midwest and the pilot comes on like, okay, got a little snow system up here, just gonna scooch right by there, don't you know? No whoops-a-daisies today, no sir, gonna be a hoot.
As a New Yorker, I travel a lot more now, and like the more I travel, the more I'm starting to see New York a little differently, and I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, you travel outside of New York, you start to pick up on things. Like that first day back is rough. I get back, I get off my flight, I look around, I'm like, it is kind of nasty. I don't want to feel that way about my city, man. But I go to other places and I'm like, there's no trash around your trees. Where do you guys keep your trash? In bins? That's disgusting. I don't touch my trash.
I do take care of myself. I try. I've been trying. I eat a lot of Tums. Tums are very good. I don't know if you've had Tums lately. Last 10 years have been special. It's borderline top 5 candy in the country right now. I give it out on Halloween. It's gotten so good. They just came out with orange cream. I don't know if y'all get the same emails I do, but new flavor just dropped. It's orange cream Tums. Half of them are orange, half of them are cream. And then you can kind of mix and match. That's what Tums does. They let you decide, you know, how strong do you want to go, right? You can go all orange today, live it up. But at some point, you got to go all cream. Is this relatable? What I do, I got a system. I do 2 orange, 1 cream. I put some M&Ms in there, shake it up. It's good. It's tearing me up, but I'm enjoying the ride.
And long before my mom had dementia, she had retired from teaching, and she had taken on some interesting retirement hobbies. She had started to screenshot the selfies I would post on Instagram, and then she would print them out and go to Kohl's and buy those 30 photo collage frames and frame my selfies. But I didn't know she was doing this until I visited home one day and I just walked into a museum. Of my narcissism. And my mom crept up behind me. She was like, "Do you love it?" What is this, a haunted house? This is horrifying. I'll never take a selfie again. This is like an intervention.
When you go into like CVS or Walgreens, when they start to decorate for Halloween, they always lead with the big 3 monsters. Dracula, Frankenstein and older woman. She doesn't even have to be in a witch's hat. Doesn't need it. Older woman. Can your heart stand the shocking facts of what time and gravity do to the female face? And the horror you'll feel when they leave the house? The big three, Dracula, Frankenstein, and Nana.
My whole life growing up poor, rural Tennessee, whenever I heard others talk about white people, in my head that was always like Connecticut Yacht Club, like Dill. Is that Dill? Like in white people, right? Like white people. And I didn't know what I was, but I knew I wasn't the same thing as them. And it was very confusing to me as a young man. Now that I'm an adult, it couldn't be more clear. I'm not white, I'm white trash. Right? And it's like, and it is different. It is different. There's a whole list of differences. Like white people got a trust fund, white trash people got trust issues. It's like, white people got a sister who's secretly a lesbian. White trash people got a sister who's secretly their mama. White people play golf with their boss on the weekends. White trash people play scratch-offs with their rent money on payday. Different.
As a Puerto Rican girl from the South Bronx, I didn't think I could bag a white boy from the Midwest. I thought I was too aggressive. Because I don't know how to soft flirt. You know what I mean? Like, you know how some girls can like really cute flirt? Not me. I'm New York aggressive with it. I'd be like, yo, I like you, son. You trying to do this? Hey, yo, you trying to smash? Turns out he liked it. He was like, I'm scared, I'm gonna follow her. But I'm not gonna lie to you, man, moving from the Midwest to New York, what a culture shock. I couldn't start him in the South Bronx, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't. That's not a starter borough, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's... Right? We don't start people in the Bronx, we end them. Don't shoot the messenger. Although we do, we shoot the messenger. Nobody getting messages.
We went to the Vatican on our trip, which as a Jew does feel like a secret mission. I felt like if I made it all the way through without getting detected, I should get to kiss the Pope. And it's just like, mwah, you didn't find me. He'd probably be cool with it, right? This Pope, isn't it still like the cool Pope right now? Isn't it still? Yeah, the Pope was just like that's his energy. He's like, hey, call me Rick, how are ya? Yeah, like, you know, he doesn't do the big hat, he does a little Catholic yarmulke, that's his energy, right? Kirkland signature robes, that's the Pope.
How many of you have a bag of bags underneath your sink right now? Good, good, good. And I don't trust a damn soul that doesn't have your hand up. How am I supposed to trust you if you are not adequately prepared for the great bag shortage of 2045? What do we do with all those bags? Leftovers, dog poop, cat poop. It's like a Midwest symphony, you know? We put them in our bathroom garbage cans. It's the perfect liner. We use them to winterize our socks when our boots got holes in them. That's why they call them Piggly Wiggly. Keeps your little piggies warm.
But one thing I don't like is a baby on an airplane. I mean, seriously, on my flight here, there was a baby on board that I wanted to murder. Never got the chance, though, because it was sleeping quietly the entire time on the opposite side of the plane.
And I'm actually quite a good choice to go on Dancing with the Stars because I am not a star, and that's who they get. Generally speaking, all of these shows, that's generally speaking who they get. And every time it happens, every time these celebrity, apprentice celebrity, anything comes out, everyone goes, oh, are they the best celebrities they could get? Really? Are they the best celebrities they could get? Yes. They're the best. The Hemsworths are busy, okay? They're not turning down Hugh Jackman. It's weird. What if we've all been pronouncing it wrong this whole time? I'm just gonna keep it. They're not turning down Hugh Jackman because they'd rather have some douchebag from Married at First Sight. No, these are the best people who agreed to do this, right? And I'm into it. I wanna see the better. I wanna see people doing it. That's why I did it. It's funny. I can't dance. Watch me do that. It's funny. Like, I don't wanna see super famous, talented people be good at something. No, I wanna see people try something hard and struggle.
Didn't realize just how culturally Italian I was, being from Staten Island, until I moved to California and I met actual white people. From places like Utah and whatever the Wyoming is. It was the first time in my life I saw a group of people and I was like, am I white?
All the airlines, they have little categories that they have to compliment you. Make you feel special because you paid too much money or you got lucky and you're in exit row or something. They have these frequent flyer programs. They've been doing these since the 1980s. And it used to start out with just gold. That was the that was what it all was 40 years ago. Congratulations, you're one of our gold members. But they had to pile on more to sound more special than that over the years. So at this point, gold status is the lowest category on any air. Gold is the worst. When they board the flight, they're like, we now welcome gold. Boo. Gold will board last in shame. Gold will be stuffed into the fuselage along with the luggage. Now they have all these categories that are outrank gold, and it's when you board the flight, it's just a parade of precious metals and gemstones. To get on the flight, when they board, they're like, we now prepare to welcome aboard all members of the elite Sapphire Squadron. All the rest of you will bow your heads, contemplate the sacrifice of the Sapphire Squadron, and you will kneel in respect and deference as the Sapphire Squadron. The jetway is yours. Oh, what's this? The sacred horn of the sky? What a rare and lucky day. That means that we have someone that outranks even the Sapphire Squadron. The Sapphire Squadron must yield. Yes, yes, yield, I say. For today we welcome aboard a member of the Hermetic Order of the Platinum Chalice. Whatever it is, there's one guy. He's like, well, yes, I'm Platinum Chalice. I'm wearing my epaulets to prove it. I flew 50,000 miles yesterday. Here's the one extra bag that entitles me to excuse me. I'm a member of the Platinum Chalice. I am a member of the Sapphire Squadron, and I suggest you tread lightly. I am also beloved of this airline. Oh, the Sapphire Squadron! I've heard of you. Out of my way, dog! You will pay for this insolence once the One World Alliance hears of it. That's what's happening on Delta Airlines.
Like, if you're buying flights, it's ridiculous. I'm going to Wisconsin, $700. That's what I said, $50 at the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should pay me to get on that flight. Like, why? What cheese enthusiast is ruining this for the rest of us? I thought it was ridiculous. I checked every airline, because that's what you do, right? I was like, I must be hallucinating. This can't. Even Spirit, I ain't got no shame. Like, all of them. If you look at Spirit Airlines, you are in a financial situation, right? That I feel like anybody can relate to, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just an airline, it defines an economic era of our lives and should be respected as such. And it's always a bad choice. Look, Spirit is always a bad, I'll hit you with the double negative. It's never not a bad choice. You know it is. You know it's a bad choice, because you see the price right there, and you still gotta talk yourself into that flight. Because I saw the price, I was like, woo! $27, that's less than I thought. I started giving myself reasons. I was like, come on now, nobody's hijacking a Spirit plane. Like, you're safe. Even if someone did, every passenger on that flight would be like, you thought you was the only one that bought a gun? Like, you really thought? It's a Spirit Airlines, sir. Nuck if you buck, Hans Gruber.
I'm not much of a gun guy. I'm against them for moral reasons, sure, but mostly I don't like guns because I think guns place an unnatural limitation on the diversity of tough guys in a given population. Because if you're in a situation and there's a guy who looks like he has a gun, that's the tough guy there, right? No one else is gonna be the tough guy because it's the guy with a gun who's a tough guy. You know the kind of guy I'm talking about, right? You know the guy who looks like he has a gun, pulled up to the bar in the biggest, whitest, cleanest truck you've ever seen in your entire life. Such a big truck, so tall, way too tall for any practice. Unless you're helping Shaq move, that's not useful at all. You know what? Like an aggressive window decal professing their political views, like a fundamental misunderstanding of the Punisher character from comic books. That guy. It's such a silly way to share your beliefs. Because it's a sticker. You know, from like when we were little guys, right? Like, it's still a sticker. If you ever see one of those guys with one of those stickers and you're like, whoa, like you're a little intimidated, if it's like, if you get an abortion, I'll kill you, you know, like on a sticker. Just picture him putting the sticker on. Picture him standing up in the back of his Ford F-350 like... Calvin pissing on Hunter Biden.
Dr. Pimple Popper. Another good one that makes you feel good. Again, we have these down days, these down weeks. Life gets tricky, man. People don't talk about it enough, that just how much certain shows can just give you that mood boost that you're looking for. Could really turn the entire year around. Dr. Pimple Popper is a show where you're like, man, I needed this. I was having a weird off week. I missed my best bud's birthday. I was late on a cable payment. Then you turn on Pimple Popper and you're like, at least I'm not that guy. You know what I'm saying? At least I'm not walking into her office like, hey, I got a foot on my shoulder. You got any cream for the shoulder foot, Dr. Pimple Popper? It's like, Jesus, Grover, how'd you escape Sesame Street? Got out of your contract?
I like saying thank you to the pilot when I walk off the plane. I like doing that. How many people say thank you to the pilot when you get off the plane? All right. It's a decent amount, but it's not everybody. What's wrong with you? Why are you gonna be a jerk? That's all they want. That's all a pilot wants. If you fly, that's the first thing. As soon as they park, the door just flies open at the front. They're just like... Hey, did you notice how we didn't all die? You're welcome. You're welcome for that. I did that for you. And we all just shuffle off in our pajama bottoms and Crocs, like, don't make eye contact with me. So rude. That's all they want is the thank you for that job. They're up there. They're tucked in up there. They are tucked in with dress shoes the whole time. And we're back there with like half a in sweatpants. Like, nodding off on pills and tiny bottles of booze. They're wearing a goddamn sport coat up there for you. You ever look in a cockpit? It's a panic room. It's just a chamber. It's a chamber of anxiety for anybody that doesn't know. And they know all the buttons, all the switches. They know what to do. The windshield, that's arbitrary. That's for us. If a pilot sees something wrong out the windshield, we're dead. We're already dead. Like nobody's gonna get on a plane without a windshield. That's for you guys to feel all right. If something's going wrong out there, we're fucked, man. We're straight up. I'll tell you that. At the beginning, they get in there and just know. They're like, every switch, like, don't die, don't die, don't die. Will not die. We won't die here. Won't die if I do that. Better not die, better not die, better not die. Oh, here's the big old good luck lever. We need that. Don't die. Almost, if I didn't do this, we would have definitely died. Fuck, thank God, don't die. And here we go, not dying. And then we all just hung over, shuffling off like the landing was a little choppy. I don't know.
It doesn't matter where I go. As soon as people find out that I'm a New Yorker, they feel compelled to tell me how they feel about New York. Right? Like, I don't ask. But they always tell me, and it's usually some cliche thing, you know, they'll be like, New Yorkers are mean. And here's the thing, we're not mean, we're aggressively kind. Right? We're very misunderstood. I always tell people, get lost in New York City, the first person that will help you is a New Yorker. Guaranteed. Guaranteed, because we can't stand lost-looking people. Like, we hate your lost-looking faces. I'm not even gonna lie to you. We see them at the, like, right at the subway map, just like, Is it uptown? Is it downtown? What's midtown? Literally the middle. I just picture them like panicked at the map, and then like out of the darkness, they hear a voice. Where you trying to go? That is one word in New York City. Where you trying to go? No breaks. You've been looking at the map for 5 minutes. Where you trying to go? I'm trying to help you get out of my way. You've been in my way 5 minutes. Look at this map. Such a wild thing, man. And people in New York, like, here's the thing about New York City. Like, if you have a bad time in New York City, I feel like that's because you didn't know the rules before you got here. You gotta know the rules before you get here, man. Every city has rules, right? And one of the cardinal rules of New York City, mind your business. It should say that when you land in New York. Welcome to New York, mind your business. Right? That's what forget about it means. It means forget what you just saw. Because what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but what happens in New York never happened. Why you snitching? Like, why would you say anything? I had to teach my husband this lesson. My husband is a white boy from the Midwest. Thank you so much. I'm a Puerto Rican girl from the South Bronx, man. Like, hey. I know we got Puerto Ricans here. Hey. Yeah. What up, probably my cousins? I'm just saying, let's do a 23andMe later and get weird.
I am an old dad. I'm 47, and but I don't care. You know, doesn't make a difference to me. I'm sure in Tennessee I'm a grandpa for sure. You know, that's fine. That's fine. I take my baby out. They're like, oh, how old is your son that had that kid? That's your daughter. That's your Jesus. You know. But I don't care, especially because I live in Los Angeles, where I am not an old dad. I've been in the park next to a dude watching what I think is his great-great-great-grandchild. Dude's like 80 on his 7th marriage to a 24-year-old, and he's like, she demanded we make one of our own. I can't chase it. I'll give you $500. My back. But I spent a year with her, just me and her, taking care of her. When all the comedy clubs were closed, I had Rose and just took care of her. So when it was time to take her to daycare, you know, we decided after a year she goes to daycare, I was a wreck. Like I was driving her over there with my wife, and I was like, well, this is the day, Rose, you get to meet some friends, and it's gonna be great. My wife was like, are you okay? Oh, like, no, are you all right? Are you gonna have a breakdown right now in front of our baby? Like, nope, not till we leave. And we go, and I was so dramatic, I handed her off like one of those movies where there's like a soldier going to war. She'll have a better life with you. And this tiny Latina's like, okay, bye-bye, just go through the door. Like nothing, just took her away, and the door is shut, and we're like, oh. Ah!
I am a heterosexual man. I've always been attracted to females, but there are certain guys who make me nervous. You know what I mean? Like every now and then I'm just like, oh, hello. Like I never know when it's gonna happen. Like there's this guy that works in the bagel shop in our neighborhood. I can't even make direct, like he has the most mysterious blue eyes. I can't even look him directly in the face. Like as the line moves up, it's like I hope I get him, but I also don't hope I get him. Like my heart is beating faster, my mouth is dry. Finally I get up to the front, I'm just like, cream cheese, you decide. I don't know what it is, I'm not sexually attracted to him, but I just want him to like me. Desperately.
A lot of people don't know that Vancouver, we have some great tourist attractions, but our best tourist attraction is the crackhead flea market. You never know what you're going to get offered in stolen items. It's amazing. Every time you walk down the street, somebody's like, do you want to buy a Fabergé egg and a Nickelback CD? Like, not really in the market for that. How about a bike with one wheel and a microwave lid? I don't know what I could do with that. How about a broken DVD player and a half-eaten Ferrero Rocher? Sold.
Respect all of y'all and your money, hell yeah. Any poor people make it out, what's up? Hell yeah, thank you for coming out, thank you. But next time somebody asks you if you're poor, don't say nothing. That's why you're poor in the first place. You keep saying it out loud, stop that. Be cool and quiet like the riches over here. Cool and quiet, yeah. I like that, man. Rich people never tell you how much money they got. They never tell you they rich. You ask them a direct question, they give you an indirect answer, you know? You got money? Oh, we're all equal. You know, that's not what I asked. I asked if you had money, you know? That's why sometimes I gotta ask in a different way, you know, ask smoothly, subtly, be cool. Be like, hey man, you play golf? What's up? You a golf player? How you doing? You, all right. Golfers, man, they're always coy too. They're all, I play, but I'm not that good, you know? I'm a member, but I never go, you know, that kind of like, so cute. You never meet like a loud golfer, right? Like a cocky golfer, right? Come off the green like, man, I golfed the out of that round. Like I've never met.
My dad has spent his whole life running from himself. His whole fucking life. What's going on? Get the car, get the dog. We're going to the beach now. Can relax, Dad. We're on holidays. We could be on holidays faster. Dad treats life like a race. It's like a job to get done. Get born, grow up, meet someone, get married, have kids, retire, dead. Good, done. Done, good. Life's done. Good. What's next? Looks like the afterlife needs a mow. Let's mow the afterlife. Let's get that job done. Dad never looks inward. He's just going, you won't get me, life. I'm going too quick to feel. You won't catch me. I wish I was like that, just running through life, leaving a wake of mentally ill children behind me.
So I'm in therapy. Anybody here in therapy? Oh, wow. That's a nice response. Usually it's just one person that's like, help. I'm like, oh. Let's talk to you. Yeah, I think therapy is amazing. But I guess not everybody always needs therapy. Some people do need therapy. And you can usually tell who those people are because they say things like, I don't need any therapy. I prefer to be a burden to my loved ones.
I really used to think I had a way with animals. And then I realized that I just make a lot of crumbs. I just got a pack of random-ass dogs following me around. Just hoping I'll break into a muffin or something. I don't know how many times I've tried to go into a restaurant. They're like, you can't bring your dogs in here. These ain't my dog. If you could get them to piss off, that'd be great. And then I come to find they're just other people's service dogs. Yeah. Just saw me stumbling by. They're like, hey man, you wait here. I gotta help this guy. Hey, slow down, fella. I got your mail.
You were looking at someone right now. I wasn't sure whether I was going to say this, but you guys seem very friendly, so I'm going to be a little vulnerable. You guys are all looking at someone who in 2019 still is a member of America Online. AOL, the Scarlet Letters. AOL was an email platform people used to use back in the Paleolithic era. I can see your disgust, your mocking derision. That's fine. It just makes me stronger. I use AOL for cybersecurity reasons. You guys are all worried about your email getting hacked. Nobody's hacking AOL. What are you hoping to find? Crock-pot recipes? I'm hiding in plain sight. Greetings from the middle distance. 24 years I've been a member of AOL. That's a longer relationship I've had with an actual human being. I'm gonna stick with it, man. It's gonna come around again. Everything people make fun of eventually comes around. AOL is gonna be like that song Africa by Toto. People are just gonna arbitrarily decide it's cool one day, and I'm gonna be there. Part of me feels like the cool kids are just waiting for me to leave so they can all flood in and gentrify it. Turn it into like a digital Brooklyn or something. I'm gonna be like that one old lady who won't sell her brownstone. It's not my only email. I use Gmail under duress. I had to sign up for Gmail like 6 years ago because I was trying to get a job writing for a TV show, and my friend called me and he's like, hey man, listen, this is really good stuff, but do you have a different email address that you could send this from? Because if they see AOL, you're not gonna get this job. What am I, a registered sex offender? It's 3 letters at the end of my name. Who cares? And listen, I don't want to share everything with Gmail. A man has certain needs, okay? There's certain things I don't want to share with Sergey Brin's algorithm. Listen, I do a lot of late night shopping. When I get high at 2 in the morning and buy a onesie for my dog, they're going to ask for a confirmation email. I don't want Gmail to have that information. My Tybo exercise DVDs, my set of Ozzy Osbourne Bark at the Moon drink coasters. No, you take that over to AOL. They keep it hush-hush. And AOL reminds me of like a kinder time in the internet. Everything's so serious now. People used to have silly, fun email addresses. It's true. Now it's just yourname@gmail.com. It wasn't like that, man. For 8 years, my primary day-to-day email address was mrblahlblah@aol.com. I had that printed on a business card that I handed to people with pride. By the way, if any of you ladies recognize Mr. Blahblah at AOL.com, I would like to apologize for trying to lure you into a private chat room, asking for your age, sex, and location. What can I tell you? It was a different time.
Living in Philadelphia means I have mice in my home. It comes with the deed. And on the lease, it's my wife and I and 17 mice. You're gonna roll your eyes at this, but my wife and I were animal lovers, so we don't have the traps that kill the mice. Thank you. But we have the traps that trap the mice, and then you drive them 7.5 miles away because apparently someone drove them 7 and they came back. One of the most degrading trial and error situations, I would imagine. So you rehome them. You rehome the mice. That's what you do. And it's weird. I've been working my entire life to become a professional stand-up comedian, and now it turns out I'm just an Uber for varmints. That's what I put on my taxes. Uber for varmints. I have 20,000 dependents spread throughout the city. They say it's the humane thing to do, though, not to kill them. What they don't tell you is how weird you look when you drive into a random neighborhood, get out of your car, and then just release mice into it. Be free! I did the other day while a school was getting out, and this little girl turns to her dad, and she goes, "Oh my God, Daddy, is that a wizard?" Because no, he's more of a male witch if you get to know him, actually. That's more of his vibe. I've been going down to this place called the Jersey Shore a lot since I moved back to the East Coast. If you don't know what it is, it's like the beach where people from Philly and New York go. And there's a place in particular that I've been going. It's called Ocean City, New Jersey. And yes. And I've been going, like, that's gonna have to be cut out, what I just did. We can't have it. Oh. They blur it out, you know, it's so humiliating. Like, my apologies to the editor of this special. I apologize. So I've been going down to Ocean City, New Jersey a lot, and they had this issue where this is a real thing. Seagulls were dive bombing people on the boardwalk, and they were knocking food out of their hands and knocking hats off ladies' heads. So the local government in Ocean City, New Jersey, their solution to this, after much deliberation, was to hire a birds of prey company to release hawks into the air to go to war with the seabirds. What the f***? That was your solution? And one of my favorite things to witness in life is this thing that I call the I f***ed up at work walk, where you messed up at your job and you have to tell your boss, and you're not going to get fired, but he's going to be a real piece of about it. So you're kind of just trudging, you know, you're bummed out. And I saw a guy doing that on the boardwalk, and I will paint a colorful description as to what this man looked like. In his one hand, he had a little hood. How little? You might be wondering? A hood so little it would fit perfectly on a hawk's head. And on his other hand, he had a big, scary, thick leather glove going up to his shoulder. And this next part, I feel like I actually don't have to say because you're probably already picturing it in your head, but just in case I'm missing some people, long gray ponytail down his back. You saw it? We saw it. We all saw it. And this guy's trudging, and he goes up to his boss, who looked exactly like him, except his long gray ponytail was like 6 inches longer, you know, to show rank. Excuse me. And our first guy, he goes up to his boss and goes, "I messed up!" And his boss goes, "What happened?" And he goes, "I lost the bird!" And his boss goes, "How do you lose a bird?" And I go, "May I interject?" It's a bird. I would imagine, is it the wings? Did it use its wings? Its God-given wings? Oh, okay, it flew away, you idiot. That's how. I'm not a business expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I would imagine part of the risk assessment when you open up a hawk company. Some of them are gonna fly away. They're gonna fly away. Hey, you lose a bird. Oh my God, it hit me over the head with a fish, stole my iPhone, hailed an Uber, and drove away.
Yeah, I don't feel old, but I did recently identify a bird, and that doesn't seem good. Is that a whippoorwill? Why do I care? And why do I have binoculars? I got into bird watching over the pandemic, went down to Central Park. At first I did it ironically. I was like, I'm so alone. 2 hours later, I'm like, Martha, look at that owl. Gorgeous. She's like, that's a robin. I'm like, I'm new. New kid on the block. But that is gorgeous. And I actually met a professional bird watcher. He gives birding tours, and I said, that sounds like a fun job. And he goes, well, you get a lot of egos. In bird watching? And he explained that people will brag about how many birds they've identified in their career. And the best part is how they verify they've seen a bird is they just say that they did. So I've seen every bird. Prove I haven't. All 10,000. Oh yeah? Where'd you see the cinnamon-breasted toady tyrant? Asheville. They only live in Tasmania. Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, weird. Here? Check. But if you ever meet an arrogant birder, you could actually have more fun if you went too low with your number. If they're bragging, just be like, I've only seen 2. But you've seen more than 2 birds. I wish. Yeah, it's just been pigeons and crows for me. It's super bad at it. How long have you been bird watching? 4 years. I don't know if I'm looking in the wrong places or what. I've seen chicken nuggets, but that doesn't count. I don't know. I like what PETA's doing. They're trying to remove animal violence from figures of speech. They want us to stop saying kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and they want us to replace it with feed 2 birds with 1 scone. And that's so sweet. And I could almost see it meaning sort of the same thing. And I want all of us to implement it immediately. The next chance you have, no explanation. Hey, while you're grabbing gas, could you grab some milk as well? Feed 2 birds with 1 scone. What? Just grab some milk with the gas, would you? 2 birds, 1 stone. But birds, a lot of them are gluten intolerant, so if you feed 2 birds 1 scone, you could kill 2 birds with 1 scone. Yeah. The violence remains. And I spend a lot of time in coffee shops. I know I didn't need to say that out loud to you, but I do. And scones will get rock hard about 2 hours after they were fresh. So you could even kill 2 birds with 1 scone, stone style as well. There's more than one way to skin a cat. I mean pet a cat. More than one way to pet a cat, this way and that. Tail and back. Whiskers. You can kill a bunch of birds if you have 1 cat. Mm-hmm. You sure can. You sure can.